Okay, the way you get approached, ladies, more frequently is to just put yourself in the places you know that guys you are attracted to are gonna be. That's it. Like, find out where the successful, well put together men hang out in your city. I don't know where you are, so just figure out where that is. And then it's positioning is everything after that. Simply be where the men are. And then after that, once you're in that actual proximity, physically place your body nearby. I'm talking arm's reach. Like, if you're, for instance, if they're sitting at a bar, let's say, then you should also go to the bar. Nearby. Don't stand beside the guy you don't really want to talk to, because you're going to get trapped. Trust me. Instead, stand beside the guy that you're finding more attractive to order your drink, whatever. And then that is the way that they will talk to you. Just because you're standing there, you're both casually waiting on the same thing. Positioning, ladies, is everything. And trust me, position yourself where guys are going to be, and that's how you get more guys to approach you. You need to put yourself there. You're not fucking Rapunzel. You can't just sit at home in your castle and let down your hair, and some Prince Charming is just going to ride up to you on a white steed and then climb up your hair, and everything's going to be happily ever after. That's not how it works. No man is just going to magically pop into your lap on your couch at home. You must put yourself out there, and you must position yourself well. Okay, try that. How honest should one be, and what topics to avoid? Well, on a first date or first interaction, you don't need to be brutally honest necessarily. You be polite. You don't want to talk about super controversial things up front. You don't need to unload them. Well, I notice a lot of things. A lot of times, I've noticed this a lot. Men and women both do this, and men do it. It blows my fucking mind, but women do it too. And they go on a first date with a person, and then they just dump all their trauma onto them. They talk about their relationship with their mothers, if it's negative, or they talk about their upbringing, that they were beat as a kid, or whatever, right? And it's like that. Those things might be relevant, and they may shape your person, your character, who you are, or whatever. But that's not something you need to disclose on a first date, man. Let them remain a mystery a bit, okay? That stuff can come out later, because you're not necessarily going to see day 2 or 3. Does everybody need to know? Do they all need to know? Why are you talking about politics on day 1 necessarily? Especially if you have a vested interest in a particular policy that might be controversial. You get what I'm saying? I don't understand why men and women are explaining to people they just now met for the first time ever about the horrific abuse they endured as a young person, or whatever, or some other thing. You get what I'm saying? It's too much too soon. And what I think what that is telling is that you've made that your entire fucking identity. And it's like, and that's shouldn't be the case. It's always horrible if you endured some sort of trauma or whatever. It does shape who you are, but that doesn't mean that is your identity now. You're also a whole person with your whole thoughts and life plans and everything else. You can be about that without being the reason you're this is that necessarily. And most importantly, you don't need to be saying it up front. You just don't. That's a third date conversation. Do you understand? Not number 1. So just start there. Are you Superman? No. Date 1 is about good flowing conversation and a little bit of flirting. Yeah, a little bit of flirting, jokes, mutual jokes, silly things, sarcasm, little banter, stuff like that. It's fun. Nice to see you, or a little more than that. Fine, but not. Don't turn your date into your therapist. Ugh. Because then they're going to feel bad. You've trapped them now. Now they're going to be like, oh, well, okay. Well, maybe if you tried, oh my God. Ugh. Don't do that at all. That's the worst thing. The worst thing. What do you think they're going to be like? What do you think? Oh my God, that happened. Oh my God, that's so sad. Oh, and then that's just going to be like, I can't wait to take this person home. What do you think's going to happen? You're just going to garner some fucking sympathy from a stranger so you can feed on it? That sucks. You guys understand what I'm saying? You don't need to do that shit, man. Playful, funny banter at best. A little back and forth. And that's it. That's it. The end. That's all. Okay? Helga. Do you remember me? Maybe. Helga. Wait. Your cologne? What about it? How to tell when a guy isn't interested anymore? Does he text you? Does he say, hey, Tori, let's hang out? If the answer is no, then he's not interested. There you go. What's up, Instagram? Not me and PJ's popping into this fancy live. Okay, Brooke. Pajama party at Brooke's house. What are we talking about tonight? Well, it's a mixed bag a bit. But we just talked about what not to do on a first date. It seems to elude people. I see first dates going horribly wrong all the time. Even myself, I catch myself sometimes. I'm like, why are we talking about this? What the fuck? I have to like steer it elsewhere, you know? And in fact, most first dates are like that. From now on, first dates are the worst, man. You know, what's your favorite band? Oh, you like that in high school? Oh, okay, great. Is your job? What, you like your job? You like it? You know, it's just like, fuck that. You know, third dates only from now on. Not doing this shit anymore. But if you have to do it, if you must, then just please don't dump your trauma on them day fucking one. How about let's start there. Just handle that. Keep that shit held inside a little bit. Don't show all of your cards immediately. Leave a little room for the imagination between you for now. I have a second date tomorrow. Any advice to make it a 3? Bar and trivia. SBD. SPD. Are you a man or a woman? What do you mean? Taking her to a bar and trivia? First of all, if she's agreed to see you if he or she has agreed to see you the second time, you've already made incredible strides. Congratulations. You made it past the biggest hurdle. So I think just go continue to do what you have been doing. You know, things start to get a little bit deeper on the second date. You know, not too much, not too deep, maybe a little deep. Second date, but not too deep. And so just keep going. Sounds good. Sounds like you got it under control. Divorced a year and still scared today. Yeah, that's hard. It's always hard to get back out there. In general, Melinda. The thing is about that is that. What's the alternative, man? Sit at home, sitting on your bed, crying. You got to get back out there. I know it sucks. It always sucks. The first steps suck a lot. But so what? Just do it anyways. Get back out there. You will have an adventure. It's fun. It's exciting. It's different. It's chaotic a bit. Out of your comfort zone. And I think that's the best thing for you. The alternative is moping around at night. Those long, lonely nights, some cold pillows. You know? Better to get back out there. Tell the world. Russell, can you type the name of your watch, your wrist in this chat? No, I'm not going to type anything. Too far away. But this is a Breguet. This one's a Breguet. I think I like this watch. I like kind of the watches that are like luxury watches that are like not everybody knows about it. You know, if a rapper's not rapping about it or an athlete's not wearing it, that's perfect for me. But what's interesting though, I've only ever seen this watch in a movie once, and it was Ben Affleck wore it as Batman. The Retrograde, if you're interested. Where do you get your suits from? Oh, all these are custom made. As you can see, my name down there. But I get this boutique here in LA. There's also one in New York called Klein, Epstein and Parker. Do a good job. They fit me pretty well. Somebody called me a pencil the other day. I don't know. Probably because of the way they fit. I don't know. Maybe I'm skinny. Where do you live? I'm in Beverly Hills. Where are you? I'm in Beverly Hills. Is it controlling for a boyfriend to say it's a boundary of theirs for you to not go to bars with friends? Yeah, I've seen that. I've seen that trend popping around lately where people are like, well, it's my boundary. You're not allowed to go out. You must be chained inside my house at all times. That's a boundary, right? Like I've seen that example. I think that's a bit silly. You know, and in fact, here's the deal. If her friends can take her out for a night and she can leave me be for an evening, thank God for that. Please take them away for a little while. Just give me some peace of mind so I can play Madden or whatever the fuck for like 2 hours. God, take her away for a minute. Okay? You feed her for once. So that I don't have to. And I'm not worried. If some other man can take her, then fucking take her, man. But I doubt it. I'm a lot to contend with. So I doubt it. I think I'll be alright. Some peace of mind for a second, though, would be nice. Take her off my hands. Like damn, yeah, like damn, for real. Do you believe in dating apps? Like, do I believe they exist? Yeah, I know dating apps are real. Love the energy. What do you do for a job of a few different businesses? Try a lady you really enjoy. Yeah, but every lady you really enjoy, you're sick of that bitch from time to time. Just say, sometimes you need her friends to just take her out one night. God, just take her away one day, a month at least. I mean, it depends. Truth. Should the guy always make the first move? I think in general, most men and women feel more comfortable with a man making the first move. What does a healthy relationship look like? Whatever it looks like to you, I guess. I think it varies from person to person. From time to time, what is healthy for some might not necessarily be considered healthy for others, and it doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to work for you. You know, what works for others don't work for you. So there's all kinds of relationships, man. There's so many kinds of relationships that honestly, there's no like clear-cut definition. You define what's healthy for you. You understand? Don't ask a guy on the internet, what's healthy? You know, what do you think's healthy? What do you think is healthy? How do I tell my crush propose because I love him? How do I tell my crush to propose because I love him? Well, does he even know who you are? Sounds like he's just your crush and not your boyfriend. You're missing a few steps there. Why aren't you at work? It is 6 o'clock. I think I'm trying too hard. Let's see here. What you think? I agree. Okay. Love your home. Thank you. Is it a red flag if the girl makes the first move? No, of course not. Of course not. Some guys are shy, man. Some guys are really shy. Have you seen the next up and coming generation? I mean, these guys they need a little help. They'll get there. But ladies, you got to help them out a little bit. Opinion on alpha male strategies. I don't know who that is. How can I get rid of, that's funny. See a doctor. Why does a man stay with a girl for a long time if he doesn't love her? I think that men can stay with women that they love for a long time. Of course they do. But I often think that women will believe in themselves sometimes that the man doesn't love them. I mean, look, have you dated a woman fucking ever? If you forget to text her back in 20 minutes, she's going to accuse you of not loving her. So I think that it's a bit embellished when girls are like, well, why does he stay with me if he doesn't love me? He didn't text me back 19 minutes ago. What the fuck? Like, have you ever dated a woman? That's how it goes. So first of all, when you say, why does he love me? I don't believe you, Sherry, actually. Holding them until the next one comes up. When he hasn't said, I love you, and we've been together for 8 months. Well, 8 months is, it's a little soon, But, I don't know. It depends. It depends. It depends on where you guys are at. Some people say, I love you in, 2 weeks or a day. Ugh. Some people it takes a year, man. So just be patient. I legit just giving up on someone for leaving me on red for multiple hours. I don't give. Yeah. See, Allison, confirmed. Oh my God. God gave you extra sparkle. All right, I'll take that. Why can't I find a man? You got to put yourself out there. Get out there. Get out there. There are men everywhere. They thirsty too. Let me tell you. They're sliding in everyone's DMs. Let me tell you. If you can't find a man, you ain't looking. You're hiding inside of your room on TikTok too much. And that's why you can't find one. That's it. Yeah, you're not the one. That's right. I love the room. Exactly. Yeah, that's exactly right. Preach. Who's at your house? I have a few people here. There's people going around. I got a contractor. I'm building a golf course upstairs. So there's a contractor in and out, bringing stuff in and out. He's awesome though. He's doing a good job. The ladies, the guy I like is a Taurus. Well, why don't guys approach me? Well, Stephanie, why don't you put yourself out there? Why don't you put yourself in a position where guys can approach you? You know, don't stand all the way across the bar by yourself. I think by yourself would actually work. Put yourself in position in close proximity of a guy that would talk to you, because it'd be weird not to. Start there and then find a middle ground between all the way across the bar by yourself like a creep or right in their face where it'd be weird if they fucking did it, trapped in an elevator or something. Somewhere in between is where you should be, Stephanie. Okay? I'm a good golfer. Marion, would you drive out of your way before going to the airport to return a girl's earrings if you didn't? First of all, hang on. Wait a second. Marina. I haven't gone to the airport for anybody in, I don't know, a decade. I'm not driving to or from the airport for anyone ever. I will, however, send my driver to go pick somebody up from the airport. That's realistic. You got something to return? Great. Tell the housekeeper to tell the driver to do it. Okay? I'm not going fucking anywhere. If you left your earring, you better text the maid, because that's the only way you're getting it back. I might help you with that, but I'm not personally gonna drive your earring because of your forgetful ass and left it at my house. That's not a me task, but maybe it can be delegated within reason. Is that a cart full of booze behind you? Yeah, that's one of the buckets. I should move that probably out of the way. Let's see. Damn. Would you do it? Would you do it if you like the girl? I don't. This I'm talking when that. Okay. Hang on. That scenario that I just depicted for you is with a girl I like. You get what I mean? That is for a girl I like. I will have somebody bring it to you. Somebody else. That's not me. We'll bring it to you maybe. And that's with girls that I like. If I don't like you, you're not getting a reply, let alone facilities. You understand? No. Let's see. You can come pick you up in a plane. Wait, I'm sorry. What kind of relationship? What? Dude, you guys are going so fast. Nice. Thank you. You're lovely. I hope we can do it again. But stop texting only, I guess, since like. Okay, so if the guy says that you're lovely, I hope we can do it again, that means he doesn't like you. And doesn't text you again, that means he doesn't like you. Would you be in an open relationship? I have been in an open relationship a long time ago. Let's say I've kind of been in a few different scenarios. It was a one-sided open relationship, but that's been a minute. Do you have any suggestions for a 65-year-old woman? Okay, let me tell you a story. So my grandmother, my grandfather died. Great man, rest in peace. He died, and then she was left alone. She's in her 60s. She was left alone. She grieved. Of course she did. For a few years, she was by herself. Didn't see anybody. She would go to church. That was like her community. That was basically it. And life's lonely. At 60, life is at any age. Life can be lonely. And so, some time had passed, and she met a man at the church. I want to say 4 or 5 years later. And they ended up spending some time together, and then they finally got married. And I'll tell you this, the last time I saw her, she couldn't be happier. She's so happy. She's so stoked. She truly has a new lease on life. They're out doing stuff. They're traveling. They're doing this and that. Just having a great life now. I like to think that's what my grandfather, would have wanted for her, so that she can get back out there. Not just sit there and grieve alone in the dark by herself. It's nice to have somebody to share your life with you. You're 65, you're not dead. So it's very important that put yourself out there. Don't just because you're 65 doesn't mean that you now have to be single forever. There are people out there your age, around your age, that are absolutely interested in dating and doing adventurous stuff. So take that as you will. Okay, correct. I agree. Thank you for the gifts, guys. I haven't got those in a while. What kind of relationship are you looking for? I would say I'm looking for any relationship. I'm not seeking one out personally. But yeah, I wouldn't say I'm really looking for any kind of relationship. Just see what happens. See how it goes. I'm 47, failed marriage, single mom, and just gave up on dating. Well, single mom is tough. I was raised by a single mother. Okay, my father wasn't very good to her, and so my mother uneducated, had to do what she can to help us, survive. She ended up starting her own little businesses, and she was one of the first people to sell like cell phones to people in a small town. She's very pretty, so she was able to get all these people to buy cell phones from her, which then she was able to therefore provide for us. That's how I grew up. And she got married a couple times, didn't really work out. Now she's got a great husband. Couldn't be happier. The man's a fucking saint. I can't even describe it to you guys. And he's great. And she helped me get through everything. And now that I'm an adult man, I've retired my mother. She doesn't have to work a day in her life ever again if she didn't want to. I send her monthly checks, and she just fucking drinks Mai Tais on the beach for all I'm concerned. Whatever, you see. So, but that doesn't mean you should give up on dating. I will say that it was a happily ever after story for her. She ended up dating a man that she didn't think she would like at first, but then it ended up being an amazing man. And they're just now coming up on their 15-year anniversary. Can you believe that? Single mother, 2 kids. All right, so don't give up, okay? Okay, let's see. What do you do for a living? I have a few different businesses that basically run themselves. Now, I'm a single mom, 2 kids. That was good to hear. Yeah, just because you have 2 kids. I'm not saying it isn't easier. It is harder. You got 2 kids. You got two whole ass humans you got to provide for, and you got to juggle that with work and life, some sort of semblance of a social life, and dating a man or just dating around in general. With 2 kids is a tough business. So protect your time, protect your heart, but definitely get back out there. You don't need to go at it alone. Eventually you'll find somebody that will accept your reality and as you are, and you guys will eventually, maybe you'll find somebody that clicks. Where are you from? I'm from Charleston, South Carolina, but I live in LA. I'm in Beverly Hills. Love your advice. Thanks. You're very attractive. Why are you single? I do all right. You guys don't have to worry about me so much. I'm doing all right. I'm here. Thank you, though. I'll take the compliment. Good days and bad, though. Hey, Instagram. NC here. Hey, North Carolina. That's my neck of the woods. What characteristics differentiates a wife from a girlfriend? I think here's the deal. Girlfriends that become wives are the ones that act like wives while they're girlfriends. That's it. There's no upgrade. You see that stuff. Well, they do this thing where it's like they do the ring thing and they go, well, that's the wife package. I don't know. The girls that get married are the ones that act like the woman that they want to spend the rest of their life with. And there's not like some hidden paywall there or something, like a wedding ring paywall. If you have that mentality, you will be a girlfriend or a side girlfriend forever. Trust me. Guys that are about it, men that make money, they're not tricked by this bullshit. And if you think that truly about yourself, you're just tricking yourself. Because you're not like that. You're just who you are all the time. And it's not like then suddenly you're going to unlock and your powers are going to manifest and now you're going to be a whole new person. No, wrong. Incorrect. You're going to be who you've always been, which might be kind of shitty. And then so because of that, I think that the girlfriends that become wives act like wives while they're girlfriends. Okay? So, start from the beginning. Hi. Hello. Yes. Okay, why you prefer younger or older women? When I was in high school and college, I dated older. When I'm, yeah. Now I typically date younger, of course. You're absolutely right, of course. Should you act like a wife as a girl? Oh, I just said that. It's to you, Russell. Okay, thanks. Great. Of course. Let's see here. I'm a forever wife. Didn't manage too long as a girlfriend. See, that's exactly what I'm talking about. You act like a wife, you become a wife. You act like a girlfriend, you might just stay a girlfriend. So, but there's a difference, man. So the girls that act like wives while they're girlfriends are the ones that become wives every time. Every time. Do you ever see yourself settling down? Yeah. Sure. Right one comes along, maybe. You never know. Hello, guys. Hey, Russell, miss seeing you. Hey, I'm glad you guys are here. It's good seeing you guys too. I know it's been a while since I went live. I posted that story today about the girl that was a secret lady of the evening. I told that story a couple of years ago in a few part series. I hope that I don't know what happened to that person. I told that story about the girl I was dating her for a while. This is a long time ago. I told the story about the girl I was dating for a while, and she ended up being a secret, lady of the evening. And I had no idea. And I found out. And, we haven't really talked since. And I don't wish her badly. It's been a long, long time. A long time. But I have no fucking idea where she went. No clue. I don't know if she's okay. I'm sure she's fine. But I'm not inquiring. And I'm petty as fuck, too. So I just gotta not look. Howdy, I'm great. Hello. Hello from California. Hello, California. I'm in California. That's my neck of the woods. This light's getting kind of hot, getting hot, kind of bright. Maybe it's better this way. Is this too dark? Should I turn the lights on a little bit more here? Hang on. Oh, there we go. Now we're cooking, maybe. Okay. Is it too dark? It's fine on here, but I think it's a little dark over here. Let me just kind of, I don't know. I guess I'm going to be a little white lit for a bit. Whatever, it's okay. A few more minutes here. That's good. Let's see here. What's your favorite zodiac sign? I'm a Libra. And it's crazy because like this whole astrology thing I'm interested in, but I don't think I'm a man of science. I have degrees in physics and mathematics. I'm a very stoic, mathematical, analytical person, but I'm very interested in astrology for some reason, because I looked at the big book of astrology when I was younger, and I went all the way to mine, and I looked at it and read it. I'm not an idiot. I'm looking at like things that could be similarities that could apply to other people, whatever. I'm reading through this shit, and I'm like, holy fuck, this is me, word for word. This is exactly who I am. And for posterity's sake, I jump over to another page and I read about the Aries and I read about Taurus. I'm like, oh, nope, none of that. This one's me for some reason. And I was trying to be objective about it, not put myself into that box, And I'm like, how the fuck do you know? How do you know some things? I think not everybody like touting this astrology stuff is a little woo-woo if you ask me. However, some of it's kind of right sometimes. And I don't know why, and it intrigues me. Everyone loves Libras. Is that? You should look into numerology. I have. I have. True fact. You need someone just like you. Okay. Have you heard of? No. Oops, I missed it. The big truth. If single, you want marry. If married, you want kids. If you have it all, you want single. Yeah. Kind of big circle of life, as it were. Everybody wants what they don't have or can't have. Libras are pretty cool. Okay, I'll take that. Hello. I'm a Gemini. What is your sign? I'm a Libra. I just talked about that. Hello from Mexico. Hello from Mexico. That's dope. From Mexico. Do you find people in LA more difficult to date and suss out? I hear that a lot. People say, "Oh, you're in LA. Everybody must be so fake. Everybody is so like just clout chasing, whatever." I don't think that's the case. And also, but here's the deal, guys. That's true anywhere, no matter where you are. You have to select the types of people you hang around. That's it. That's always it. So if you're the kind of person that hangs out with clout chasing dummies, then there you go. That's what you're gonna get, But if you're not, you're gonna hang out with different groups of people, and they come in all shapes and sizes, and they're in different areas and pockets of the city. Then those are who you associate with, and things are going to be different. Now, that I will say that there's always, especially in dating, there's always some self-indulgence and self-interest motivating factors. Of course there are. But so what? That's always that's how it's going to be everywhere. All right? Girls like guys that make money. Girls like guys that are respected. Maybe the clout helps. Fine. You know, it's all right. Guys like girls that are pretty. Girls that are pretty have huge Instagrams, likely. It is what it is, you know. So just select your circles, who you hang out with. That's important. Not a true statement. I don't need guys to make money. Okay, listen. Every girl thinks that, I don't care if he makes money. I don't want his money or whatever. But let me tell you something. Who said they're from Mexico? Somebody said they're from Mexico. In Mexico, they say, when poverty comes in the door, love goes out the window. And there's nothing worse than having a useless fucking man sitting at your house where you're going to work and paying the bills. Okay, honey, I'll be back. Mwah. And then you come back, I don't know, 10 hours later, and he's still sitting in the same place you left him. And you're just like, okay, hey, I've got the food and the money, and yeah, here you go. And those guys, they always act so supportive. They're just so supportive of their working wife and their home. I'm just so supportive of you, honey. I'm your support. And I'm like, wait a second. She's supporting you. She's supporting you, not you supporting her. What is this gaslighting trick that's happening here? You know? And you have kids, small kids, and it's like, well, I stay at home with the man. I'm staying at home with the kids, watching the kids while she's at work. You know, it just makes sense. I'm just being supportive of her kids. I take them on. And I'm like, you, man, grown man, are infinitely more expensive than daycare. You just are. Food costs, your bills, your car, whatever the fuck she's paying for, she's paying for it. She's supportive of you. Okay? So I think that when women say, well, I don't need his money, and it's not about that, it's not really exactly about getting his money. It's a little bit about the money. But it's not exactly about getting the money. It's also about just having a man that pulls his weight and steps up when it is necessary. And isn't just sitting at home like a knot on a log, man. Because honestly, that shit gets old so fast. I don't know how many girls in this chat right now have had a man that they're basically paying for and are now sick of their shit. I'm sure, at a show of hands, I'm sure a lot of girls have experienced that, and they're like, never again. Show of hands right now, please. Do a hands up if you've ever been in that situation and you're sick of his ass. Let me see it. Yeah, so that's exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. You've been in that situation where it's like, well, if I could just get somebody to give me a loan, I can just start a small business and then we'll be set. Or, well, I got off the phone with the guy who says he's going to give me a manager job, so I need to stop applying to jobs because then I'll be able to get something. Or, oh, well, we don't need to work. If you get this and then I get my unemployment, we can combine that together. We're good, right? And then meanwhile, they sit at home and play fucking Madden 12 hours a day or whatever, and they still forget to do the dishes. and then the thing is that the women didn't get mad at that shit. And they're like, but they can't they don't want to emasculate the man and call him out directly and call him a piece of shit. They want to just they want to be like, why didn't you do the dishes today? And then that turns into a whole argument. And it was never about the damn dishes. It was about all of the other things what's to me obvious things that he's just not working. He's not making any fucking money, but you are, and you're supporting him. And you guys started arguing about the dishes. Next thing you know, you're moving his stuff out of your house, and maybe you're right to do it, to be honest. So people say, "Oh well, it's not about the man's money. I don't need the man to make money." Yes, you do, man. Yeah, you do. Oh hell no. True to be told, I hope one day I'll have a harem of 10 men. That's funny. Would you date a beautiful broke girl? All beautiful girls are broke, typically. They're all broke. I don't know. Maybe some of them are not. Some of them are not. But come on. As a man, I don't want a woman's money fucking ever. I'm not going to get it anyway, so I'm not even going to ask. So I'm just not even gonna ask for it. So I don't. Here's the deal, ladies. Men will marry the waitress. They don't give a damn how much money the women have. But a woman marrying a man who does nothing, and at first, even it doesn't matter how good he looks, no matter how handsome he is, whatever, you will get sick of that man that does nothing. Trust me. Amen to that. I love doing nothing. Yeah. Okay. Fine. Good. I'm glad you guys do. Good. Where do you learn dating skills? It's not, guys. For me, this stuff to me is just fucking obvious. It's just common sense. This is just common. These Q&As, I love doing them, by the way. But there's just common sense. It's not scripted. I'm just off the dome. And you learn this stuff by living it. I have a lot of experience in this realm. And I'm able to think about outside of myself about it, and then articulate it. That's where it comes from. I get bored of dating. Yeah, you and everybody else. Dating sucks for everyone, by the way. For everyone. Likely because most of the time you guys pick the wrong guys. You women picking the wrong guys, hella. The men are just like firing out of a shotgun. They'll sleep with anything. Have you met a man? They sleep with anybody. So the problem is that the women oftentimes pick the wrong dudes. And then it's just like, well, bear some responsibility for always picking the wrong man. How about that? Hello, I'm from the South. Hello, me too. Ugh, it's like a full-time job. Yeah, it's like a full-time job picking the wrong man constantly. Here. Yes, hi. What level of crazy do you prefer? Ooh, that's a tricky one. You need a little crazy. Seems like this little Latina girl right now. She's a little crazy. And she kind of gives me sass, and I'm just like, girl, you are going to get pregnant with that attitude. You better chill out. I like a little sass. Wasting my energy, I'm staying single. Yeah, fine. Do that. $1 billion acquisitions, yeah. Yeah, man, like a little crazy. A little bit. Not too much, though. Not like I got shit going on and it's bothering me throughout the day. But a little bit. Sometimes to be like, wait, what'd you say? Kind of like, what was that? Kind of, sometimes. Not all the time. But a little bit. Might get you pregnant. Hello from Columbus, Ohio. Hello. All the way from Columbus, Ohio. All the way now here in Beverly Hills, California. Single mom life. Hello. Bipolar, just on the edge. Okay. Trust fund. I don't live in California. Yeah, it's cool. It's all right. I like it out here. I'm too old to get pregnant. Okay. Dude, it's savage in here. Take it easy. Yeah, speaking of which, okay, fine. I am going to take it easy because I got to go. I have dinner tonight. Okay, so I'm on the way. Thanks for following me, guys. I will be on live TikTok on Instagram tomorrow night around the same bat time, same bat channel on my Instagram. So follow me there. It's in my bio. It's also the same name as this one. So look me up, add me up, and I'll see you guys in my live stream tomorrow. All right, thanks everybody for being here. We'll see you again. Bye-bye.